Hello everyone, and I welcome to this detailed lecture. Today we are talking about the DS. Today we are discussing one of the biggest aviation disruption in India's recent history, the Indigo Airlines crisis. So the pros and cons of the Indigo crisis or Indian Airlines or Indigo Airlines crisis. So why did India's largest airline suddenly cancel thousands of the flights, and how did it affect the passengers, the aviation industry, and the economy in details? So we will talk about in details today. So what are the pros and cons, and what can we learn from the this fiasco of the airlines? So let's begin in details talk. So first of all, we need to talk about the background of this Indigo fiasco and importance also. So Indigo is India's largest airlines, holding nearly 60 to 65% domestic market share. Every day, lakhs of passengers depend on the Indigo for affordable and on-time travel. And because of this dominance, any disruption in Indigo directly becomes a national disruption, because 65% share having company definitely would create the fiasco. Flights of other airlines get affected, airports get congested, and connectivity across India suffers. So this is why the crisis we saw in December became such a huge issue. It wasn't just Indigo's problem, it became the India's aviation problem now, because one company has created a lot of problems for whole India as well. So what exactly happened, what happened, why this crisis, explain in detail, we will talk about. So within a days, Indigo began cancellation or cancelling hundreds of flights. Some airports saw on-time performance drop at up to the almost 4% passengers were stranded. Long queues were formed, and social media highlighted the chaos everywhere. And it is a national shame. So why it is not? It is a national shame. So why the crisis was triggered mainly by the new FDTL crew rest rules by DGCA, because actually you might remember last year there was air crash in the Ahmedabad, and after this the government enforced the strict flight duty time rules from the November, and these from the 1st November. These are the safety rules uh, ensuring the safety of the pilot. So fly fewer night hours. They have a mandatory sleep schedules. So Indigo miscalculated how many additional pilots and crew they would need under these new rules. So it was it was came into existence from the 1st November 2025, and these are the FDTL's rules: the flight duty time limitation, enforcement of the new crew rest duty. These are the FDTL's new rules. Indigo's high lean staff model and or the high utilization model, definitely one of the cause of this fiasco, because Indigo, especially over the years, have recruited less number of the pilots, and this is why the airlines now suffer. Result of this, the chain reaction of the cancellation, delays, and the operational collapse overall happen with these Indigo airlines. How passengers were affected. Actually, if you see the what was the pros and cons, the passengers, this become a nightmare, because this become the nightmare because of the passenger flight cancel last on a last minute. Even passengers could not be communicated, or cannot, or are not communicated. So no clear communications from the airlines about, and long queues at airports. You as you might have seen, miss weddings. So a lot of problem, miss the weddings and exams and medical appointments, and a lot of missing appointments, as well as events and baggage delays, difficulty in getting refunds or rebooking. So even yesterday night, uh, Indigo announced 650 crore. So many travelers reported standing for hours with no proper guidance. For a country with such a high festive business, means India is a country of the festivals, and the high festive business and high migration travel, the impact was massive. That was a very massive impact. the larger impact on India's larger impact on India. If you see, the Indigo is not a just an airline, it is the backbone of India's domestic traffic. Though such a kind of the dominance having these airlines is in the crisis. So crisis affected just not India and other also. So and other airlines, the other carriers had to absorb extra load, leading to increased fares and fully booked flights. This was the fiasco. If you see, the airports, major hubs like Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru saw a massive disruption. Staff overworking, misplaced luggages, unmanageable crowds. So another these are the problems also were created. Business and tourism was also affected. Meetings were cancelled. Tourists were stuck. Intercity businesses got disrupted. Travel got disrupted. Regulatory pressure was there. Government issued a show cause notice to DGCA, ordered Indigo to cut flights by 5% until stability returns. And this is unprecedented for large airlines.